Welcome to Julie, the Thrifty Designer. I'm here with one of my grandkids. The other two are in the other part of the house. And we're having a good day, but we decided that we're gonna try to actually decorate what's behind me. I have it decorated right now for the late summer, early fall. And I'm gonna actually decorate it in two different ways today because we're fast approaching the end of September already. I cannot believe how fast this has gone by. So what I'm gonna do is decorate it for fall so we can see it done in a really just pretty fall way. And then I'm gonna give it into a little bit of maybe a Halloween look. Oh, here's the other one. A touch of Halloween. It's not gonna be a heavy Halloween. It's gonna be just a mysterious look that will lend itself to Halloween, but we're not gonna do a straight on, oh my gosh, is that nothing but Halloween? So stay tuned if that catches your eye. So y'all remember, this is the look that I have had for the late summer, early fall, with all of the sunflowers and the snapdragon and the flowers that you would see blooming in the late summer season. We're now going to start working on creating the fall look to become the base for the mysterious look afterwards. All right, as you can see, I have cleaned off all of the late summer look, and we're going to start building from here to make it a fall look and then go into the mysterious look. But I have something I want to just kind of say. Would y'all please subscribe, ring the bell, and give me a thumbs up? That tells YouTube that you like my video. And also, would you please, if you can, let the video play all the way through from the beginning to the end. Even if you don't actually want to watch it all the way through, at least try to let it play all the way through, because YouTube has this in their algorithm that if you only turn on for like 30 seconds or half of the video, it kind of tells the YouTube algorithm that my videos aren't worth watching, and then they just don't promote my videos. So if you like my videos, please keep watching them and give me that thumbs up and ring the bell and subscribe. I really need the help. Thank you guys. Now let's get back to working here. What I have done now is I changed the flowers that was in here. Yes, it looks very similar, but I did a little bit more muted and a little bit more darker, like later fall looking foliage, like as if it's been drying up a little. And some of it still has a little of the green and some fall leaves and things that look more fall. And I just kind of made it just a nice rounded. I also added some more greenery that has a hint of the fall coloring to it. And I also put it across right here. And then what I thought I would do is take another, these came from the Dollar Tree. I think they look really pretty, and I'm from Colorado, so they kind of remind me of some aspens. They're orangier than what the aspens are in Colorado. Sometimes we can get a tree that's this orange, but generally they're more yellow or golden yellow. But I think it reminds me of an aspen. So I'm using it. And I'm just gonna place it kind of like right here. And it brings in a spot more of the actual fall colors. And I have just a really pretty red leaf branch here. These are all artificial. And I'm just gonna stick it in because it had fallen out. And I'm just letting it have a spot more of that type of coloring. All right, what I have here is the cutest little pumpkin. And what it is those scent pots. In the lid, you put your oil on it. So now this can use for Halloween. You can also turn it around like this and hide the stem with greenery or your foliage, and you won't see the plug-in. And for this time of year, when you don't really ready for it to be Halloween yet, you can just put it on here and we'll plug it in after a while, and you can see that it will literally just be a beautiful pumpkin. And then when you're ready for it to be Halloween, you just turn it around. Cute way to reuse things a couple of different ways. All right. Now, I know it's hard to see everything because I guess I should have been putting it in place letting you see how I was doing it. But what I did was I put in a lot of fall foliage, some wheat, and some just more of the fall colors, and some more fall leaves. And as you can see, the pumpkin is turned backwards. And in keeping with the blue and white that we have up here, I still kept the blue and white plate so that you can see we have pumpkin. I put in some like crabapple berries type of things. And we have just some simple greenery. It's full. That's the maximalist in me, but I really like how it looks with all of this in here. Now, what I want to do is change it from this look, which is not going to change, this part's not going to change a lot. But I'm going to put some stuff in here that will kind of change it into the mysterious lends itself to Halloween a little bit. All right, I did just two very simple little things to begin with. I changed the blue and white plate out for one that has a raven and a little skull. Now, I'm not into the skull part so much, so I've kind of hidden it a little bit with some of the foliage here. And of course, I turned the pumpkin around so you can see his shining face. Now, that's what I'm probably going to do there. I might eventually add something a little bit different in here, but I haven't figured that part out yet. I might change it up a little bit, but I have something else to show you. All right, what I have now is some branches. I went for a walk in the park the other day with my other granddaughter, and it was a dead tree. It was already dead. It had no life left in it. And these branches are just so cool. They're even almost black. They're dark charcoal gray on their own. No leaves, the tree was just dead. So we broke off a few pieces for me to bring home. I think it's gonna look rather interesting. I hope anyway. I am not sure if the camera's picking it up very well, but I have put them in this flower arrangement that I've done. And I'm letting it kind of come off to one side, and it sticks back far enough that as you walk by, you're not gonna bump into it and hit it. And I think it gives it an interesting feel. Okay, I was gonna do this before I put the branch up and I forgot, now I gotta stretch over it. But anyway, up here I have my blue and white dishes and I put one here. Now y'all know I like to do paper plates. I have become, instead of keeping all the china different plates that you have to store and figure out where you're going to put them and they might break, and especially if you're going to use them as just decor, I've actually started buying the paper plates. You get 8, 10 of them, 20 of them, or depending on where you buy them from, and you can just, like over here, I have the blue and white plate that looks like the one up above it, and what I did was took a paper plate and I put a couple of pieces of tape and I just put it right in there and taped it into place. And it just actually really gives it a neat look. Now you can use whatever kind of paper plates you want, pumpkins or very elegant and whatever, and put them inside of other plates and hang them on the wall, and you might not even realize that they're paper plates. But I've been doing the paper plates because it's very frugal. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them. They're easier to store, and if you don't want to store them, throw them away. And the others you can use if you need to eat on, whatever. But even if you store them, paper plates take up so much less storage than regular plates actually do when not in use. So for the holidays and just special time, why not try putting paper plates up if you don't tell anybody, they're probably not even going to realize it. All right, well, I have just put the paper plates in there to bring in that kind of Halloween feel. Yes, it is. And this is what does bring in the Halloween feel, would be what these paper plates are. But the rest of it really is just the cute pumpkin and the twigs. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next with the twigs. All right, I kind of got Raven Crow happy. I put them on the branch and put one here and one here sitting on the candle.
It looks real good.
Yeah, and it lends itself to Halloween without being in your face Halloween, because I don't really want that. I want it to be more just kind of woodsy, woodland, out in the real life. You're gonna find crows and ravens and all of that. These goofball kids of mine. They're excited because we're doing a fall Halloween type of feel. So they're being goofy. Okay, put him down. Put him down. So in here, you can go even more crazy than what they're doing if you want. Okay, guys, I think this is gonna finish out. It gives me my fall feel with just a nod, I think, to the Halloween feel. I decided to start it because, you know, Halloween, October's in what, a week and a half? And I thought, if I give you some ideas towards your Halloween, if you're one that's inclined to do Halloween, some of you are, and some of you aren't. I just want to do a hint of Halloween. When my kids were little, yeah, we did a lot of Halloween. But I have grandkids now, but I don't have the big parties like I used to. And so they're just more over here having fun. What do you guys think of this look? Well, what do you think of how it looks? Does it look Halloween enough to you guys? Or is it more just fall?
I think it needs a little more butterflies though.
A little more butterflies, which I didn't even point out to this yet. You know what? Let's bring it up just a little bit so we can see it a little bit more. I put a butterfly up there. And also, I have put some Spanish moss hanging from the tree branch here, just to give it a little more mysterious look. So, do you like how it looks?
Yeah, it just needs a little more touches.
A little more touches of what? What do you think it needs?
I think it needs a little more Spanish moss.
Well, I have to get some. I'm out of Spanish moss. But what else do you think it needs?
Can we put a little more yellow?
More yellow? What kind of yellow do you think it needs?
I'm thinking like more of that kind of yellow.
More of the fall leaves?
Yeah. And maybe a little more pumpkins.
A little more pumpkins? Well, let me see what we can come up
And
with.
some more butterflies.
More butterflies and more pumpkins and more yellow.
Like that. Those.
Yeah, I don't want to put those flowers in. We've already used those. We're going to use something different for a while. Well, I think I'm going to call this actually done. I think it has an interesting look, kind of mysterious. It has a Halloween feel, but yet if you really didn't want it to have full on, you could not do the Halloween paper plates and maybe put fall looking ones, but just have that little bit of interest from the birds. And you could maybe put different birds if you want. Get a tree branches of different kinds and put it in just to give the essence. I think it's a fun look. I don't know what, we didn't find a whole lot of more yellow that really worked in here, but we have butterfly. Oh, this butterfly just fell. All right, let's get it back up where it's gonna go. And I just kind of nestled it up here, and it just kind of holds it right into place. Because it had, well, okay, let me show you. I don't know if you can see it. See, there is a wire on these butterflies. I got them from the Amazon. And so they have a little wire. And so you can put them where you want to put them and twist the wire around and get them to stay wherever you think they need to be. So I have a butterfly there, one over here. Actually, I had one there, I think it fell. And I have one over here, and I had nestled one right in there. I will show them to you more when I do the close-up. Boy, I have the nuttiest grandchildren today. They're just being so goofy. I also added just a small strand of white lights that actually, you know, there's your Christmas lights, but I got them from the Dollar Tree. And actually, the wonderful blackbirds also several years ago from the Dollar Tree. I mean, I've just been collecting fall foliages and stuff for years. There's a little white pumpkin, and we have another pumpkin here, and the paper plates. So it's very inexpensive. You can go out and collect actual dried flowers in your garden and create something like this for free. What an idea.
I have a little special friend named Fred. Hello there, everybody. He has a shirt that says Fred, and he is actually very kind. And I don't really know what he's wanting to say about this, but I think you might really like it.
And what does he say?
You know, guys, I actually think it's really awesome. Well, that is very, very nice of you, Fred. And wonderful.
So what do you think? I mean, it's awesome. So does it make you feel creepy or mysterious or happy or just weird?
What do you think, Fred? I'm happy.
Happy?
Because I love the fall feeling.
Photo.
Okay,
I
hang
don't
on.
want my face to be seen.
Hang on.
Because I love the fall feeling, and I just like it in general.
Okay.
My phone being.
Well, guys, this is going to conclude this video. Well, I ended up taking my grandchildren home, and my husband had to work an all-nighter. He was exhausted. They were too hyper, you know, kind of all of that. And that's okay. And then the Bronco game came on. Sadly, we lost by 3 points. But anyway, you know, it was just a mixture of things. And so here it's a little bit later, a couple hours later anyway. So I'm now finishing up, and I just hope that this would inspire you to try to think maybe slightly different than Halloween is traditionally done. I don't know, maybe this is still too much Halloween for a lot of you. It's borderline becoming more Halloween than I wanted it to be, but I heard words being thrown: elegant, pretty, creepy a little bit. What else did they say? A little not really spooky, but oh goodness, I can't think of some of the words I said. But anyway, adventurous. So I don't know, just some different ideas that you can create. And if it is really like with the plates, if they're really too much, you know, to use the Halloween plates and you still like the idea of this without it looking too Halloween, take the Halloween plate out and still put in one of your blue and whites like this, if that's what you're into or whatever pattern you like. And maybe that in itself could soften it. So, and then keep those your blue and white, and you can still pull it together, and that in itself maybe would just really help it to feel not as Halloween, but have just that little bit lending itself something different for this time of year. And yet it's still primarily fall. So I guess that it's up to you. Do you want to keep it totally fall looking, or would you like to introduce at least a hint of Halloween? So you just make that determination and how you want it to be. Thank you guys so much for watching. Y'all take care and God bless and happy decorating, and just enjoy yourselves. Be creative. Have a great time. Thanks all. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.